is the TV show X-Men 92, episode 17. And we don't usually do this, but we're going to start doing this where we say, follow us, please, on YouTube. We have the videos uploaded there. And you can also find our podcasts on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, anywhere you get podcasts, basically. If you could like and subscribe there, that would be great as well.
Oh, yeah. And I guess this arrangement would work really well for those like stupid, shitty social media. It's like we could use this part. This could be the bit. This could just be the
vertical video.
Yeah,
I've heard that like clipping these sorts of those things are a really good way to get some eyeballs on you. So
I feel like you jinxed it at the end there.
Oh yeah, no, we're not going to.
I'll get my balls on you.
Oh my goodness, it's been a while since the three of us have recorded.
Welcome
together.
back.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back.
We're here.
We're at a very important. We've been on the trail of the fireworks factory here for a while, and we're finally here. We're at the Dark Phoenix.
The fireworks factory started at the Phoenix Saga.
That's true.
We've been in the middle of it. We kind of passed through the eye of the storm, the like extremely chill stories between it that kind of didn't really feel like they fit anywhere. In fact, they just were thrown away for 2 years.
The lesbian quoted storm. We discovered today Storm was meant to be a lesbian character, but they chickened out.
Yeah, just like we were theorizing in Whatever It Takes. It turns out that Chris Claremont wanted her and Yukio to hook up, and that was even continuing a little bit, like during the Phalanx Covenant, which I believe was written by like Scott Lobdell. That was still happening. And then I think around the time when Halle Berry got cast is probably when it got nixed for good. They had her hook up with Wolverine.
Yeah.
Wasn't she married to like Black Panther at that point in the comics, or is that more recent that kind of story?
That was more recent. I think that was like
post movies.
That was, I think, after I stopped reading around 2007, 2008, honestly. Like it was.
Wow. All right. They get married in September of 2006, apparently.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What?
So right in the middle of when I was reading it. Great.
Oh, damn.
Thank you. You are my living jackal. You were here to just call me out and keep me on. Okay. I just had like a Bluth family chicken moment. Do you guys know what jackals sound like? No, that wasn't an invitation. Do more of it. Oh my god. People have to be listening to this out of like their own volition.
Yeah. Like the jackals they are. Right, Michael?
That's right. We're off to a strong start here. We're very on the tracks.
There's a little more Green Goblin maybe than
This is
Jackal.
why we can't have nice things, I guess. Yeah.
So like we said, we are talking about the Dark Phoenix Saga. In this episode, we're talking about part 1 and 2. If you'd like to watch along, there's obviously lots of places. There's one main place, Disney Plus, where you could watch that.
The dog does not get along. Like, just so the audience is aware, like, I also have a pet. My cat's just like chilling here, not giving a fuck. Your dog is like a production nightmare.
I know. He is very much
we can
like,
include him in the story now that we're in video.
He is like very aware that I'm speaking to someone, and that's for some reason making him very responsive to me. He's very jealous. He's just sort of like walking up to me and being very vocal, as you guys can hear. I can turn up my like noise cancellation. Maybe that will.
Is he like this size? You could pick him up and show him to us.
No, he's pretty big. Come here.
Big guy.
He's a big boy. Come here. No. He doesn't want it.
Okay.
He's a big border collie. He's like a 60-pound dog. So
we'll save that for the Patreon.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not also going to give away like his feet will be in it. That's people will get horny.
Mm.
Yeah, those toe beans.
Yeah, those toe beans. They smell like Tostitos.
People go nuts for that shit.
And we should probably start introducing ourselves, especially since people can see us, I think, at this point. So my name's Mike McDermott.
It actually,
right? Or people have already been seeing us.
It says like right here.
Oh, it says our name.
Right there. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Right.
It does say Mike McD.
I guess for the people listening at
home, this
I'm
voice
Jim
is Mike.
And who are you?
This voice is Mike McDermott.
No, but like I guess you guys don't have the same arrangement as me. So
you're pointing out to nobody.
Doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
But usually
You're on top of my
going
screen.
up, going higher.
I told you what the arrangement was so that things would make sense to you when I do it. Like we can do some real Brady Bunch shit here if we really think about it. It's just like you just grab it and move it, and it'll move on its own.
And I'm Benjamin Caldwell.
There we go. We're all been introduced.
All right.
So that's like
everybody's in
the housekeeping podcasty official stuff.
I'm literally dumber having experienced that. Oh, I didn't rewrite it. We don't have Jamie Gibb with us. They were here for our Patreon podcast, which we're already recording for. Isn't that arrogant of us? At least we have 100 people watching us organically now. Cheers to that.
I mean, that's a big increase from the Beasties and even MacGruber era. I think we topped out a little lower than that. So
yeah, we don't even have to talk about that.
We don't have to talk about that. We're very grateful for anyone who
live in the now. Thank you for people listening to us now. Appreciate your here.
100%.
If you're into voices, though, the MacGruber podcast, I did a whole bunch of the MacGruber voices.
So many.
So check that out.
So many.
Yeah, and Ben and I also have the Parallax Review, which is another podcast about 50-year-old movies. Stuff that lasts a real long time.
Another one of those.
Yeah.
You'll never run out of 50-year-old movies.
Yeah.
Truly.
It'll just get more and more frustrating as we get older and older and older and start reliving movies that we've actually remember seeing. Like, I know I'll like, it'll be a real moment if we're still doing the podcast by the time we get to like movies that I saw in theater, like The Mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
We'll be in our 70s.
If you start doing movies with CGI, then you've gone too long.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, yeah, that's when to stop. Thank you. Jurassic Park is the end.
Jurassic Park is, that's the part. I was just thinking that. So, Jim, what was going on when these episodes first hit the airwaves?
How dare you accuse me of a crime? No, I did this for real. November 12th, the number one song was Fantasy by Mariah Carey. Both of these episodes came out on November 12th, 1995. They did it like a sweep stunt. So they are the first two parts in one day. Parts 3 and 4 were like on a weekly basis, like normal. Build excitement, draw it out. The number one movie at the box office was Ace Ventura: When Nature.
All righty.
Oh. Only a year and a half after the first movie, which is crazy. Like,
I mean,
they really shit that movie out as fast as they could and did not think about who they were offending in the process. Still somehow less offensive than the first movie, but I just don't think anybody understood how bad transphobia was going to age.
Is it simply time?
I think they thought those jokes would last forever.
Also in theaters were Get Shorty, Copycat, Powder, Home for the Holidays. Yeah. Ooh, Vampire in Brooklyn was around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Powder was directed by a pedophile.
Speaking of pedophiles, also in theaters and expanding was Mighty Aphrodite by Woody fucking Allen. Mm-hmm. Produced by the Weinsteins,
Just basically everybody on the Lolita Express that month.
Even Mira Sorvino, who went on to star in Sound of Freedom, which is just a pedophile cover story movie, right?
Awesome.
God damn.
Yep. Yeah, so
Academy Award winner.
That shit's
Mira
inescapable.
Sorvino.
Let's get back to the purpose of the time machine was to forget about the real world first. Let's get back to let's get silly.
Bad. It's always been bad.
I know. It just gets so much worse all the time.
Yeah. So why don't we just get going? Like, why don't we just hop into it? I guess
I'll hop into you.
I will handle the first episode here. So the first episode of the Dark Phoenix Saga is called Dazzled, which, I mean, if you know X-Men at all, you probably know who that's referring to. And we're starting
I'm pulling the bus, so stop right away because we got to talk about Dazzler before we get into anything because it doesn't really apply to the plot. Dazzler was a big fucking disaster. Dazzler was actually a collaboration between Marvel and Casablanca Records until they pulled out at the last minute. But Dazzler kind of started as a corporately contrived superhero. They wanted to launch a new mutant that would appeal to disco fans. Um, and the process of getting this character developed took so long that they joked that Disco would be dead by the time that she debuted, which she debuted in February 1980. It was pretty much on the way out. So they cut the name Disco from her name. She was originally Disco Dazzler, and now she's just Dazzler. She also was originally designed to look like Grace Jones, to the point that they drew her first appearance in Uncanny X-Men 130, which was like part of the early part of the Dark Phoenix Saga. She was actually drawn by John Romita as a black woman, and then Bo Derek and her husband came in after Casablanca Records pulled out and were interested in maybe using this character to launch a movie for Bo Derek, because she was a big success after 10. But then they pulled out of their involvement after Tarzan the Ape Man failed. And Bo Derek's turned out to not really be an A-list movie star after all. 10 was just kind of like a splash in the pan. And she only really appeared in Tommy Boy. That was like the most notable thing for me after that. That's the only reason I even know who Bo Derek is Tommy Boy. Shout out Tommy Boy. So Dazzler was meant to be so much cooler and more interesting than what she ultimately became, and it was just too late to change her back to looking like Grace Jones. The issue was already in the can. And she actually from the X-Men appearance, she went on to have her own comic book for years. She was 42 issues of her own comics, and then after the comic got canceled, then they put her into the X-Men years later. She was she was played by Halston Sage, Zac Efron's baby mama in Dark Phoenix. They finally got her in the movies then. Halston Sage, you might remember from the Orville. I think she's a decent actress, but jacked up with Zac Efron, so we don't see her too much, I guess.
I mean, Dazzler always felt like someone you always hear about, this person, they kept trying to make her happen, is from what I recall. They always there's always rumors she was going to show up in a movie. There's rumors that some other pop star was going to play Taylor Swift or someone, or
I still think that potential exists.
Probably
you just have to make her black again, like nature intended. I think once that can happen, that would be successful. And I think that the MCU should do that. I fully think that Kevin Feige will say to Jade Cargill, hey, we know you want to be Storm, but what if you played Dazzler instead? Wouldn't that be interesting?
What is interesting about Dazzler, though, I guess? I mean, to me,
it's a blank slate, but she has the powers to convert sound into light, and she can cure blindness or something. And also, if she dies, she can just resurrect herself. So she's functionally immortal. So that's a thing.
It's random. It's a strange
set of never die
set of abilities.
Dazzler keeps coming back.
Yeah, apparently that ability was introduced at some point and then has been forgotten about since, or not brought up. But because she's later feared for her life. But apparently she can resurrect herself, which is dumb. But that could be you could maybe turn that into a better version of that power for the sake of a movie.
How does she know she has that ability? She must have died at some point.
I guess she dies and just comes back right away. And they're
Dazzler.
She just assumes it'll happen again and again. Maybe she only can do it once.
Maybe it hurts really bad.
Yeah.
Kate Beckinsale would have been a great Dazzler, just putting it out there.
In blackface to look like Grace Jones.
Oh my God. I walked into that. Okay. Now you may go on with it. I just needed to give the lore dump on Dazzler. Yeah.
That's perfect, because I would have had questions about Dazzler eventually. So we started out on Muir Island with Jean Grey. She's being treated by Professor X and Moira McTaggart, his very Scottish friend, or is she Scottish?
Oh, that's Scottish. Yeah.
Yeah. They can't figure out how she survived her trip to the center of the sun, and after an outburst during the current test, Moira tells Charles that it's time to take her home. Jean cries out for Scott's help. So I I kind of came into this episode not really remembering what happened with the Phoenix, so I was like, oh, she's like, I didn't know what happened. I forgot.
But
all
that
about
level of disorientation is accurate disorientation.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's what people were going through because nobody had even seen Jean return. They'd aired a couple episodes. They'd aired that Savage Land 2-parter. And like the episode where Jean Grey appears also very abruptly at the very end of the episode wasn't aired until years later. They just kind of dropped this on. You're meant to feel disoriented. That is the intent of the writers here, for better or worse.
So were we supposed to know that she was with Charles?
We get all that information later in the episode, right?
Okay.
Like Emma Frost tells us the story of how she's been found later. I think they're intending to do one of those, in medias res, oh, isn't this interesting? We reveal this later kind of things. But it's just not the right kind of show for that. I get that they're trying to be sophisticated with their presentations. Maybe this is how it was done in the comics. I don't think so. I think it was a little bit more straightforward. It just feels like they kind of fumbled a little bit structurally to me. They should have opened with just her emerging from the sun like she does in that flashback as explained by the White Queen. Like the White Queen still could have explained all that stuff to the inner circle.
At the same time, though, it does feel very Charles to like be keeping this because it's a secret, right? Nobody knows that he's got her in like a Bacta tank, and like. Are
you saying the Lulz are like playing Charles Xavier by withholding information from us and making us feel?
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. Maybe.
It's not the craziest theory you ever presented.
So back in New York, before Cyclops and everybody finds out that Jean's still alive, he's at a nightclub with Gambit, where we are introduced to the mutant singer Dazzler, who Jim gave us a little introduction to. And but suddenly Scott receives this message from Jean telepathically, and he dashes out of the club. But in a nearby alley, Dazzler is being kidnapped by a man dressed in very odd Victorian era clothing. And he's got even two weirder looking henchmen. Scott intervenes, revealing the Victorian man Pierce to be a cyborg in the skirmish. Dazzler thanks Scott and invites him to her next show in case any more trouble finds her. But probably just looking for some of that Scott Summers baby arm.
She's very horny for him. It's very clear. Like this is the beginning.
He's got access to the punch dimension.
Yeah, they want to get that punch dimension action in.
Mm-hmm.
No, he just everywhere he goes, people seem to just throw themselves at him. Like he's just a hot piece of ass in this universe. So good for him.
Yeah, I think that you need to they did right by casting James Marsden as Cyclops. He's supposed to be just a very handsome guy, and that's part of his superpower set is just he has a huge effect on women. I think, but I don't know how you get around the eyes thing because people connect through eyes. Maybe it's the fact that people can't see his eyes, so they have to project what his eyes are giving them. Maybe that's part of what makes him so attractive to women.
Women love handsome blind men. Like every movie with the handsome blind dude, and they grab him by the arm and help him across the street and stuff.
True. Another guy whose eyes you can't see, like Matt Murdock, also gets a ton of ass.
That's what I'm saying.
And he's, he's got the red sunglasses on too, and he just is constantly pulling chicks. So
yeah, I find Charlie Cox very believable when we don't have to see his eyes. It works for him very much.
That's right, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think what's his name again? You already said James Marsden has kind of grown into the role since leaving it. Honestly, because now we know him.
He's
so
honestly
much better.
A really good actor. I feel like in the 1930s or 40s he would have been the top actor. But we're just in a maybe just a more varied, more embracing an underdog kind of world. But he's had a lot of success for himself and a lot of variety. He's in more 100 million movies than you'd think because a lot of them are kids movies. He's very good with CGI, which is also a Brendan Fraser thing. And it's actually what you can do that when you're a really good actor. And that is a thing. Now we all understand that Brendan Fraser is a really good actor. There was years where people kind of discredited him because of his tone, just his general way of being. But he can convey emotion and memorize lines like the Dickens, right? He can do both of those things very well. You can't deny that. He just might not be well suited for many roles.
My favorite Brendan Fraser is probably Blast to the Past because that was such a pitch perfect role for him at that time.
Yeah, him playing a child that grew up in grew up in a nuclear shelter with his parents. I never saw it, but I bet it's really good.
It's great. Christopher Walken is his dad, man.
Yeah, it's really good.
Totally. That's like the best dad casting since Mark Hamill and Brigsby Bear.
Right? Brigsby Bear was great. Shout out Brigsby Bear.
Incredible movie that nobody will ever watch because it's so fucking like just confusing and strange, and what a wide swing. Like now that the Epstein thing has turned out and it's actually like, oh, it turns out like half of all missing kids probably went to this thing. It's like, oh, the context is a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a bit, it's a wholesome idea to suggest that maybe, missing kids went to nice places like this. So it's a great movie. It's a great movie if you have not watched the news in the last 7 years.
What's that guy's name? The guy that made it.
Kyle Mooney.
Kyle Mooney. Yeah, I love Kyle Mooney's delivery on everything.
Yeah, he really makes the movie work. It's just such a complex movie. I can't even recommend it to people.
Yeah.
For context, Brigsby Bear is a movie starring Kyle Mooney and produced by the Lonely Island guys that has Kyle Mooney playing a child that was abducted by some people that just raised him in a very safe, protected environment and literally like created their own children's programming for him so that he would feel like he was living in a normal kind of reality. And he gets freed years later as an adult. And even though he is happy to be free and everything, the most comfortable stuff for him is the fake TV show that his parents made for him that doesn't actually exist. And it's a really interesting like path to him reconciling with the people that abducted him and the world around him. And it's a really fascinating movie. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, then you should check it out. And if not, then never fucking watch it. Just don't.
It's like that episode of Brigsby Bear.
Such an incredibly wild swing that just history has not been kind to.
So good.
He made that while he was on SNL too, didn't he?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah. Interesting.
Probably one of his first things, because you're not really supposed to make something in your first couple of years while you're a feature player. I think Lauren kind of controls your career until you're going places.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So back at the mansion, Wolverine.
How do we get there?
Is making one huge honker of a sandwich.
Giant sandwich.
It was a really big sandwich. Like, it makes sense that Wolverine would eat a sandwich like that. Scott arrives, but before he can ask for some of the sandwich, Jean walks into the kitchen. Charles explains that she's still not better and that the Phoenix has not left her yet. At the Inner Circle's clubhouse, which they squabble internally over Pierce's failure. And for context, the Inner Circle is I think we've talked about this elsewhere. They are actually
like Emma Frost and her crew.
It's the Hellfire Club, right?
Yeah, the censored version of the Hellfire Club.
Right.
Because they couldn't put that word on TV.
No. Era clothing and things like that. And it's what's Sebastian Shaw and a few other guys.
We got the White Queen. Pierce is the guy, the henchman with the cyborg arms. That's actually the character Boyd Holbrook plays in Logan.
Oh, okay. That tracks. And then there's I remember there's a big guy. I don't remember what his powers were. He seemed to just be able to make you really heavy.
Remember him either? Yeah, I think he has like a mass thing. He gains mass when he runs or something. That might also be Sebastian Shaw's powers too. They're kind of vaguely defined. Of course, Kevin Bacon played Sebastian Shaw in First Class, and January Jones was the White Queen in First Class. But I'm not a big fan of the way they presented her, and I feel like the MCU White Queen is a real potential.
January Jones is her better. She is the White Queen. Beautiful woman. Tell you what.
Okay.
Might be an unpopular decision, but I think Sydney Sweeney is like the right person to play the White Queen for the reasons that she's controversial and unpopular.
She's got good genes.
Good genes.
White
Jeez.
queen with good genes. Excuse me.
Your excuse.
This. Go ahead.
Wolverine does eat a lot of food in this series. Like he's constantly making food.
He's always getting out of the
cutting
fridge.
stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
I even
He's, like,
put it
always
in the
Eating my
alternating
feelings,
account.
Gene.
There's a bunch
I'm
of him
eating my
food in
feelings
the-
for you.
You'll see later that I put a bunch of him eating in the recap, like the
Amazing.
trailer preview. It's some of the best content in the episodes, honestly. It's
Yeah.
great.
So they're talking about the Phoenix, who they have learned about through their psychic Emma Frost, who we've just talked about. They have a really extensive flashback, which covers some things that we've already, if you've been watching the show, you've seen. The group plans to control the Phoenix, and so Mastermind is sent to try and control the mind of Jean Grey. Mastermind, not to be confused with Master Mold, who we've also previously met, right? That's
That'd
the
be
giant.
cool if they sent Master Mold to do this job.
Oh,
Oh no, my plug-in. Damn it.
I'm still
stop it.
plugged
I'm plugged in.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the funniest.
I gotta say, I've never been a huge fan of the Hellfire Club. Like the name is cool. I think it's better used in Stranger Things, where it's the name of a D&D group and a rock band. Because I don't know about you guys, but I've just never been a big fan of the whole Victorian aesthetic.
No, I don't like it.
Like
It's
Poncy.
dorky as hell.
yeah, I've experienced like Bronte sisters and that kind of stuff movies as an adult now, just because like really good filmmakers and actors make them, and I'm like, oh, okay, these are really good stories, but just that whole aesthetic just really is repulsive to me because it's kind of like the aesthetic of colonialism and colonial excess. Does that?
I get that, but I also think that's what they're going. Like, not that it's.
I mean, that's
You're
why
still-
we're supposed to hate them. I get that. It's just
Exactly.
like,
Yeah.
I don't want to see it on my screen. It's like
I get it. Yeah.
It's not like unpopular heat. It's go away heat. It's
Right.
like
I get you. Yeah.
you know. It's.
I mean,
like,
my problem with
fuck.
it, like, is that I just like fall asleep watching good movies that are exciting. So watching something like that, I'm 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'll be asleep watching something like that. 9 o'clock. There's no time that I can watch that I won't just fall the fuck asleep.
Yeah, I literally had to watch Pride and Prejudice and Zombies to fully understand that there was a good story in Pride and Prejudice, and then I went back and I watched like the Keira Knightley one, which is fucking great. It's a really good, well-filmed movie. But I watched it in the afternoon with a cup of coffee. You know?
Interesting. That sounds about right.
What about Akira Knightley? That'd be cool. He's riding on a cool
So she's
motorcycle.
just like
Keira Knightley as Kaneda in a remake of Akira.
Hell yeah.
She just plays
in
a dude,
blackface.
like,
just in yellow face, or is that inappropriate to even say yellow face? Yeah,
We'll find out.
We'll find out. We'll see if that ad gets taken down.
Test in the waters.
No, edit that out. Edit that out. I don't even know. We got 5 minutes. Let's see if we can get through as much of this.
Yeah, see if we can churn through the rest of this.
Jean's condition is worsening as the Phoenix is becoming more dominant. It is exhilarated by all the new emotions it is able to feel through its connection to Jean and refuses to let go. Cyclops leaves to go see Dazzler perform, which seems like a really dick move on his part.
Gambit's pressuring the shit out of him the whole time because Gambit can never get anything because he's always after Rogue, and Rogue's always being, "Oh, sugar, I'll destroy you." So I think he's just like wants to see Cyclops score, and he just needs something to happen to somebody. He's kind of like Vince Vaughn in Swingers in this moment, you know. He needs him to be the guy.
Yeah, he needs to see that.
Also, Dazzler's coming on strong and depicted as pretty hot. That's the idea.
Well, I think Scott has like a sense of duty. He really is going there to try to protect her. Like he's really being like, I don't want her to get hurt, and he has no ill intentions. I don't think he just is like obligated by his promise. I think. Anyway,
like he's probably not even making eye contact with half these women that think they're falling in love with him. You know, he's probably just looking right down there. No.
Yeah. So then back at the Inner Circle Club, Emma and Mastermind start the process of manipulating Jean. They place her in a Victorian dream world where she and Mastermind are married. Before the fantasy goes too far, Jean wakes up because of her psychic connection to Cyclops. She goes to the club Cyclops went to, and just in time to see Dazzler kissing the X-Man. Heartbroken at seeing Cyclops kiss another woman, Jean falls back into Mastermind's fantasy and leaves with him. So there's a lot happening there. That was kind of a wild jump to like her being like she's like drowning off the side of a pirate ship, not a pirate ship, obviously, but like like a big old ship, and he saves her. I think, right?
Yeah, it's like an old galleon.
Mm-hmm.
Then he just proceeds to immediately start gaslighting her for the rest of the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of carrying her through this fantasy thing, but also telling her exactly what to think and feel and who she is. It's all very greasy.
Yeah.
Is it really kind of hard to believe that someone like a powerful psychic like her and someone with the Phoenix would actually fall for his ability? Or she kind of like wants to fall for it, I guess, maybe.
I think that's...
I mean, I could see a human like Jean getting affected, but you think the fucking Dark Cyclops or Dark fucking Phoenix would just be like, no. Explosion, kill, everyone in the city. Like why would the Phoenix put up with this shit? That's my question. They're
kind of depicting the Phoenix as like very like kind of childlike, who's seeing everything through a human lens for the first time and just following their
and very
feelings.
Naive. Yeah,
very naive. Yeah, so like
maybe Mastermind's abilities actually just go beyond psychic reading. Like Mastermind's power is even to influence the thinking of a psychic. I buy that.
Yeah, maybe. That could be true.
Or maybe the Phoenix is just like curious, I am curious blue. I am curious yellow.
Yeah, I mean, she's Phoenix. Only ever had one dick, so now she wants to experience another dick. That's just fair.
Mm-hmm. It's fair.
That's fair enough.
I mean, it was Cyclops. You'd think it would be pretty good. But...
It was a cyclopean achievement.
The full X-Men team track Jean down to the Inner Circle Club's building. Rogue manages to break through a skylight and stop the wedding ceremony that Jean and Mastermind, so they're moving very quickly. The rest of the team break in and they fight the Inner Circle in a fun sequence displaying the villain's powers. There are some all-time one-liners here where Wolverine, I think, says, "I hope you're into recycling," when he's talking to the cyborg, or maybe the robots. Can't remember.
Yeah, a lot of these are pulled right from the comic books.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's so interesting that they would fun. Just cool.
Well, this is Claremont like at his peak, right? This is some of the most popular, most fun stuff that they've ever done.
But then at the end of the episode, Jean finally she turns on her teammates, revealing that the Phoenix has taken full control of her body and mind, and she has embraced the marriage to Wingard. So she is fully saying, "I don't want to be saved. This is who I am, Dad."
I learned this by watching you.
Yeah. And I think
that's like that's all the thing is. I mean, like the fight at the end is kind of cool. We do get to see some of the powers for the first time. I like the part where Rogue is skulking around and kind of leading the charge. Just I'm a big Rogue fan in general from all of this. Yep. And she has some nice moments.
Yeah.
Is what it is. Written by Jan Sternad or Jan Sternad. I don't know how to pronounce any of this. I don't feel like they would even be offended.
Sternad.
Are you sure? Is it possible it's a typo and it's Jan Strand?
No, I really looked into it.
You don't? Okay, perfect. Okay.
It looks like a Croatian or some kind of like weird European name for sure.
Yeah.
It's probably pronounced like Sterned or something, like it doesn't even...
Sternad.
Like you guys know, like Coach K from like the NCAA. His name is like Krzyzewski, but it's like KZC whatever. It's like some weird Polish name. Some names, some languages, like whatever. Okay.
Just weird stuff. This is kind of like the peak. It's not quite halfway through. I think it's about halfway through the 92 show. It's not halfway through our show because we'll be doing X-Men 97 as well. But yeah, I think this is about the halfway mark. We're on number 17, and I think episode 32 is the last 32 or 34. So yeah, we're about halfway through the story. It's the halfway through at the peak. After this point, it will not be as disjointed. The multi-part episode that comes later is not connected to this in any way. It's more a continuation of the Apocalypse and Mr. Sinister storylines. Which
That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean they got their Return of the Jedi out of their way here, so they
speaking
had
of Apocalypse and Mr. Sinister, I brought it up on our other podcast, but I finished Old Man Logan the other day.
Oh, nice.
That fucking thing where he did all the stuff that he did and thought he was killing all those people. That was nuts.
Yeah, I was actually a little disappointed by the movie Logan because I had read Old Man Logan and kind of had, expectations that could obviously not be met. I knew that I wasn't going to be getting like a gigantic state-sized, mountain-sized giant man skeleton. I knew I wasn't getting an inbred Hulk cousins, but I just thought there'd be a little bit more of that. And I thought we would definitely get the thing with Wolverine killing all of them. Mm-hmm. But they eventually did do that in Cable versus Deadpool.
Yeah.
Didn't they? Oh, no. Is it that he kills them or is it that he just lets them die? No, he kills them, doesn't he? He kills them when he thinks that there's something else. So they actually took the Old Man Logan twist and did that in Cable versus Deadpool. No, not Cable. And Deadpool and Wolverine, right?
Yeah.
Another reason that Deadpool and Wolverine is a good ass movie.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get our scores for the first episode there.
Oh yeah, good point.
I don't know. It was pretty good, I guess, but I like give it a 6.5 out of 10, maybe. Like it's not bad.
I give it like a 6. The Dark Phoenix Saga story is good, but I just feel like this is just doing a bunch of establishing and setting of stuff up that I just ultimately am not as interested in as the rest of it. Like I like where it's going here, but yeah, it's just a 6 for me. Like we're not even going to see Dazzler again. This is just one off. She showed up. She actually had a cameo in one of the early Longshot episodes as just like one of the girls hanging out with Longshot. And then he went with this exact appearance, even though there's other Dazzler appearances. Like they could have made her look different. This isn't even the main Dazzler appearance. This is Dazzler's 90s look. But Dazzler's like 1980s look is the iconic one. Like the white jumpsuit, the blue eyeshadow, butterfly effect over her whole face. Yeah. So
now
they kind of like
picturing what would it be if her name was the Jazzler and she was like a superhero jazz singer,
What would that be?
But not the jazz singer, because that's once again with the B face. Can't do it. It's not allowed anymore.
I thought Neil Diamond
because of woke.
I thought Neil Diamond was the jazz singer.
I'm just thinking of the movie, The Jazz Singer.
No, I am too. There's a remake of it with Neil Diamond.
Oh.
Yeah.
Does he do the B face?
The more you know, I don't think so.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Forever
in blackface, yeah.
Okay. Okay, what's your number? What's your number there, Mr. Fucking open shirt?
I'll give it this is I'm just wearing my my robe, but I would give it a Cincinnati 8, which we'll call a 5.69.
In his mansion, Professor Xavier tries to use his psychic powers to see what's happening with his X-Men. But as soon as he locates them in the building of the Inner Circle Club, he's blocked by Emma Frost. The X-Men are chained up in the Inner Circle Club's base, while Jean Grey is initiated as the Black Queen of the club. Wolverine, believed dead by the others, is skulking in the sewers below the building. This is like iconic stuff. Every image is panel for panel taken from the original art.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I shouldn't be surprised now, I guess.
But yeah, like there's one really iconic shot. It's like a 3/4 angle looking down at Wolverine in the sewers, and he like comes out of the water and he brandishes his knives blades. Some of the best Wolverine stuff. This was like the first time Wolverine went nuts and killed a bunch of people in the comic books.
Ooh,
in the early
nice.
130s. So he'd been around for like 3 or 4 years, and they hadn't really pulled the trigger on having him kill people a lot with his blades. But here's when he really did.
I'm guessing the henchmen were not robots. in the well, are they robots? No, they're not robots in the show, in the cartoon.
He just doesn't kill them in this, but in the comic book, they're real humans, and he's really killing them.
Gotcha.
I'm not sure if he's doing the Clint Eastwood impressions though. He manages to get back inside while the inner club members are arguing over a power struggle in the group. So he just kind of just kicks a bunch of ass. It's a dope action sequence. I put as much of it I could in the intro.
Mm-hmm. I do like how like the inner circle just became like very catty and like they're just like a very posh, annoying rich people. They instantly just become all about power and infighting.
Yeah, it's funny. I think they would really work in a movie, and I think they just weren't really used to their full potential in First Class. As much as that's a fine movie, you could really have like if you were to do an X-Men TV show, the Hellfire Club would be a better like full season enemy, you know, to like full you peel back the layers and find out how big the conspiracy really is. They could even be like the ultimate villains of a longer series, you know? You could have Apocalypse for a season, Mr. Sinister for a season and stuff, and have the Hellfire Club be kind of like the big payoff at the end because there's that potential and there's more, I think, metaphorical potential, storytelling potential in terms of like real meaty storytelling with them than a lot of the cooler looking characters. But this is like a cartoon for 8-year-olds. It's supposed to look cooler than this.
Yeah. Oh, that's fair. That's
But the Wolverine scenes are cool. Yeah.
yes.
So meanwhile, Cyclops is trying to use his psychic connection to Jean to get through to her. Emma Frost notices this, so she and Mastermind combine their powers to make Cyclops think he's wandering through this empty fog. He reaches a house and opens the door to Mastermind, who challenges Cyclops to a duel, and their costumes change. And the two fight, and like a forest kind of phases into view around them, but it's a very like dark, shadowy forest. Kind of looks like an art student's forest. It's a cool aesthetic. Cyclops is winning the fight. He tackles him. And then Jean shows up and says that the Phoenix and her has already been set free, so he's all distracted. So it's a classic wrestling thing. Then Mastermind comes in and delivers a decisive blow, and that like incapacitates him in the real world as well.
I thought that was kind of neat that they had like a duel, like an actual duel with like I guess would you call those sabers? I guess like that's the kind of sword they were using.
Yeah,
Cutlass. That's another good one. Yeah,
yeah.
It's kind of neat that like they stripped away his powers, and I don't think they did quite enough with like Mastermind having control of the domain. You know,
it's
like
kind of like it's kind of like the opposite of the Xavier and Shadow King battles, where like they both really know what to do with the astral plane, and they can do all this. Is like, oh, this is what happens when you have like a complete guy who knows nothing, and then an amateur in that space. And but that's him working in someone else's mind, right? Like that's him building that in Cyclops' mind, I think, or is it? Are they? No, they're in Jean's mind because they make all this happen inside. I think Jean's mind, maybe.
I think you're right. I think for sure. It's just funny that like they have all the powers of the mind where anything is possible, and they just have like a fist fight with swords and shit. Like they're just literally.
That's because they don't know what they're doing. Yeah, they're dummies.
Yeah.
A greasy con man and a handsome doof, a himbo, if you will.
Yeah.
Can you move it to the next panel?
Yes.
So to test Wingard's total control of Jean, Shaw tells her to kill Cyclops once and for all. Wolverine gets into the room just in time to make another movie reference, but is immediately attacked by Jean. But like first, he crawls up the dumbwaiter and takes out the big guy that we were talking about, and fights a bunch of goons, and then he like cuts off turkey leg, eats turkey.
Yeah.
In the middle of the fight.
I do remember that. He's like he says something like just goes, turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good shit. She almost burns Wolverine to death, and then she remembers the moments they've shared together throughout the years, releasing herself from the control Mastermind had over her. Tired of the drama and politics of the Inner Circle, Jean decides to free the X-Men and fight the Inner Circle Club. So then it's just an all-out brawl. We get a bunch of crazy shit happening. Beast juggles Shaw with his feet.
Yeah.
The fight moves.
Really good.
Yeah, the fight moves to the roof, and Mastermind tries to get Jean under his control again, but Phoenix just kind of drives him insane and reveals that he's actually like this really ugly, gross, skinny guy. which I think is a nice twist and reveal. And like that would work in a movie. We haven't seen Mastermind in a movie yet. Is like a good cinematic character that could be done and used like once. I don't think there's a lot to him.
No, I
At
saw
least has he been
Mastermind in a movie. Yeah, Will Ferrell played him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, never mind.
That was Megamind.
You're right.
Close though.
That's how Brad Pitt and Tina Fey are in the MCU. I buy it.
How they started too. Sorry.
Don't make me cut stuff.
Oh my God, Brad. You're so good at.
Jean proclaims that the Phoenix has taken over control and it is angered for being used. She then finally becomes the Dark Phoenix, revealing the mastermind's an ugly bastard. And she's like, "Boom, I'm the Dark Phoenix."
Yeah.
That's just all it is. I guess we could talk about the fight a little bit more. There's a cool part where Storm makes it snow inside, and that's how they finally get rid of Sebastian Shaw. Because Sebastian Shaw is like can kind of absorb people's powers and is impervious to everything, but they are able to make him cold, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Once
I
again,
thought this was.
It's Storm saving the fucking day.
Yeah.
Storm always saves the day. She's the best.
Yep.
She's the trump card whenever they need, like, no one else's powers are going to work. Like, she always has something that'll work, which is great.
Usually ice. Usually ice.
This was a better fight than the first episode, too. I thought, like, I think this was.
Yeah, it's kind of not necessary to describe all of the fighting to describe the plot, but there's just like a lot of good fight scenes in this. It's a really well-paced episode. It feels like not much happens in terms of overall plot, but it's just all like a lot of really good character moments. Like Rogue rips Pierce's arm out at one point. That's really cool. Like I like the episode a lot more. Even like all of the hard work of it had been done in the previous less enjoyable episode. So I guess I got to give it that. But I would give this episode like a 7.5. I enjoy it.
I'd even go as high as an 8 personally. I thought it was a lot better.
I'd have to censor my opinion about that. How dare you?
Yeah, no, I liked it a lot.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Solid 7.
Yeah. Stephen Levy wrote it. I don't think he writes many other episodes. But yeah, it was a good one.
Really?
I enjoy it, and I'm really excited about the finale, the next episode that we'll be recording tomorrow night, and you'll all get to listen to a week from now, because the grand finale to the big story. I'm a big fan of it.
Yep. So we're covering part 3 and 4 in the next episode. Yeah, unless there's anything else, I think that's about a wrap for this one.
Things are about to get real.
Things are about to get real.
Earlier when we were talking about Yellow Face, I started looking up the lyrics to David Bowie's China Girl. Mm-hmm. Man, if you guys want to fucking really think things about David Bowie and Iggy Pop, have a read.
Oh, they themselves have said some stuff that is extremely questionable. Like I remember hearing David Bowie tell stories about him and Mick Jagger did cocaine off of the butt of a little Indian boy or something at one point. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not great.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing it back to pedophilia at the end there, buddy.
Yeah.
It's really what I do.
Full circle. About, yeah.
The full inner circle of jerks.
Well, yeah, that good session. Mercifully short episode. I swear this is going to be under an hour long. This episode, we haven't even come close to the 10-minute mark here. But that's for the best.
I think we only said fuck 3 times.
Yeah, I'm going to cut out 2 of them as well.
Fine.
Basically, if you see me do this, you know what that means.
Well, that's all the time we have for the fucking abortion podcast. Thanks again. Jim, do your little snappy thing there. All right.
No, that one's going in.
Excellent.
Love you guys. Talk to you tomorrow.
Love you guys. Later, bud.
Bye.